Oi, 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 oi. Wait, I need to pop up the chat because I still didn't figure out how to do it directly in the OBS. And I can hear myself. You can probably hear me double, so let's figure that out. Oh, and the screen is black. Good start. Fucking phenomenal. Okay. Just 1 second, please. I'm gonna sort this out real quick. Okay. We're good. We're good. Learning from you. I'm learning. Okay. Face. There's my face. Okay, there I am. Hi. What's up? What's up? If I'm looking purple, that's because of my background. The desktop background. Let me change that up just a bit. Let's open up. I'll just open up. What will I open up? Just some kind of window. Finder. Finder will work. Okay. Just a bit less purple. There. White. What's up, guys? If I look bloated, it's because my allergies are going off like crazy. So I'm gonna turn down the light just a tiny bit. Just a bit. That's better. I feel more comfortable now. I'm using Audi's LCD-X. Beautiful headphones. Expensive as hell, but I was like, during COVID, I was working on Below 4 and I didn't have like my studio monitors at the apartment we were living at the moment, because my workspace was at my parents' place, and I was not visiting them in the early COVID because we didn't know what to expect, you know. They were saying like, oh, you touch someone and they die. It's like, okay. So I was avoiding being there, and I needed a good pair of cans, and I was like, okay, I'll get the best that I can buy at the moment. So I got these, and I got these actually on a discount because I was subscribed to Mixing with the Masters at the time, and they were giving a discount with the subscription for these headphones. So I got them. They have some scars already, as you can see here, but I kind of dig the scars, to be honest. I'm fine with it. But yeah, I guess so. The plan for today's live stream is to, I guess, react on some stuff you guys left on my Discord server. And I should probably, yeah, I need to open up the Discord. Give me a second. Discord. Updates. Okay. Okay, it's up. It's up. Stream content. Let me see if you guys left something. Oh, you did actually. There's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff to check out. Okay. How are we gonna do this? Let me organize real quick. Will this live stream be uploaded at all? Yeah, it's just gonna stay up. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's like a home button, I guess. There's a videos section, there's a live section, and you'll be able to watch this back. No problem. Okay, so let me do a quick message. Discord, everyone, sorted people, we are live, smiley face, and I need a link real quick. Okay, we are live, send now. Okay, we good. Just letting people know, just in case someone left something for me to react to. Okay, Yam Levy says, I'm not using Discord at all. By any chance you could react to my band's music as well? You and me both. I'm almost not using Discord myself whatsoever. I visit my Discord page sometimes and have a couple of friends I play some games with occasionally, and that's all. It'll be a new stock challenge anytime, by the way. Nothing that I'm planning for the stock challenge at the moment, but maybe in the future. Yeah, why not? Let me. Okay, so stream content. Let's do it like this. Can I move this to the new page? Yes, I guess, yeah. Okay, here we go. Face and screen. Stream content. There's a bunch of stuff for us to check out. Anything that piques our interests right away, or should we just go chronologically? I guess we can start chronologically and then see if we're gonna just keep some stuff. There's people sending their own stuff. That's cool. We'll check out stuff, okay? Let's open up the first one. Hopefully, I don't know how this works, but maybe, you know, we'll probably have to play a couple of seconds and then stop and then do some commenting on stuff, because we don't want to get flagged. I don't want my channel to get flagged. Will I get flagged if I play music? Other people's music? Hopefully not. As long as it's like educational or transformative content, I guess. Anyone has any advice on how we should approach this? Before we start, I guess. How would you describe the difference between the writing process of Below 3 and Below 4? The difference. I don't know, different moment in time, completely different. So for Below 3, I was going through a big healing process. Below 3 was all I was working on, to be honest. I would fall asleep next to my workspace table. I would wake up, I would work, I would take a walk, I would work. What I remember vividly was me taking a walk around midnight every day for like 30-40 minutes before I go back do maybe some final, just lay down some final ideas, and then I would just go to sleep, wake up, continue working. That's all. Below 4, on the other hand, man, just going through a loss. I lost my mom at the time I was working on that. Then Jelka's pregnancy, obviously, all covered in the records, through the themes of the records. And obviously having Arsen being born, having a baby. So I would work on my in like a little corner of our living room space in the old apartment, and Jelka and Arsen would be sleeping like 2 meters away from me. So yeah, that was the situation. So yeah, vastly different. Also a lot of remote working with other people, because obviously COVID and all that stuff. So lots of differences between those two records. Below 3 was a lot carefree, and that's how it sounds. While Below 4 carries a certain weight to it, definitely. A certain weight, topic-wise, and just arrangement-wise. It's a lot more dynamic, Below 4. A lot more dynamic. And that's what I wanted it to be. I don't know what the next one's gonna be. I have no idea, honestly. All I know is that I'm gonna challenge myself every step of the way. I don't want to do one thing that's comfortable, to be honest. I just want it to be pure just challenge. If it gets comfortable, I'm gonna have to find a way to make it not comfortable. That's the idea for the next record, and not in the technical sense, mostly in like a creative sense. I don't know. This is going off topic completely, but yeah. Let me check one more thing. Okay. Should we dig into some of these materials? Can someone tell me if we know anything about the protection stuff on YouTube? Am I able to listen to music for a bit and then comment on it, or do we have to focus solely on the original content? The songs you suggested won't get flagged. Well, I guess they're not copyrighted, or they don't have the content ID type of thing going on. Think that it's maybe best to ask ChatGPT. But yeah, of course, ChatGPT. Let's ask ChatGPT. Okay. Hey. We have to be polite to our AI overlords. I'm live streaming on YouTube right now, and a few people have sent me some links to the music that might be having a content ID on them. What's the best way to approach this? I don't care about the monetization. Just don't want any trouble. Okay. Including you for being proactive, blah blah blah. Okay. If you don't mind demonetization but want to avoid strikes, check the links before playing. Use tools like YouTube's own search YouTube music policies page, Tunetic or other. Oh my god. Okay. Play it safe with user submitted music. They own the rights. It's unreleased. Use lower volume or talk over it. Avoid these triggers. Anything labeled with a name like UMG, Sony, etc. Of course. Lo-fi beats or ambient playlists, even if royalty free, they often get flagged. Sick. Private or unlisted test stream. After the stream, check the video details tab. Okay, so there's something like 7 or 11 second limit if I remember correctly, but I'd rather be careful, to be honest. Okay, on YouTube live streams I have had a bunch of issues streaming music that has no issues on Twitch, no strikes, but had to go through. I don't know if we should risk it. There's for sure some cool stuff to hear here, but yeah, if you guys want, maybe we can check some other stuff out, maybe something that's not like content ID'd, you know. Well, let's check some of your original stuff first, I guess. My most recent single, featuring awesome piano work from at B. From B. A very interesting band from India. Let's check some of these first, I guess, you know? Let's check some of these first, and then if we figure out the content ID thing, maybe we'll check out some of the music you've sent, because I didn't even think about that could be an issue. Only now that we started streaming, I'm thinking, oh, okay, that could be a challenge, you know. Maybe some of your stuff to keep it safe. I'd like to know how you make some unique parts here. We can always check my stuff. That's not an issue. But I really wanted to check some of your stuff, I guess. Okay. Let's start with this, I guess. With this one. This is Mr. X. I don't know. It's just X. Okay. So let's read this first, okay? A project of mine that I will hopefully finish eventually. At the moment, this is roughly 25% of the song. The final composition will be twice the length and will also include vocals, lead guitars, some other layers, so we'll have to imagine some stuff. Okay, I have mixed this song with significant guidance from a friend who is a professional audio engineer, so it sounds quite a bit different compared to the audio I have recently posted in the mix discussion channel. I would actually be interested to hear whether you folks prefer this mixing over my more recent attempts. To me personally, my new mixes sound much more colorful and softer even before the extra layers kick in, but I do think that the sound is quite a bit clearer and more focused here. Mix aside, this piece means quite a lot to me. I really hope I will get back to working on it soon. At the moment, I'm too busy to put in some real time and effort in my DAW sadly. And I do hope that the rest of you lovely people will find it has a lot of potential as well. Okay, should we dig in? Okay, just counting with the kick. Cool. I've heard the snare before, but I haven't heard the kick, honestly. Cool. Okay, so let's stop here before we get into some new material. Very guitar focused mix. Snare sounds really cool. So what we have is snare, kick, and guitars that are very mid forward and very forward in general. One thing I feel like it's missing a little bit in the mix itself. I'm not gonna comment on the music because music is a very personal subject, but like if I can say something objectively, maybe for the mix, I would say it needs more space. It needs more depth because everything is very forward, very dry, which is very genre specific, of course. But cymbals are very small and very, very specific in where they're placed, which is also not a bad thing, but bringing the cymbals forward a little bit, guitars just a tiny bit down, will give the whole mix a bit more excitement, I guess. And I can almost not hear the bass guitar. But that's a solid guitar tone. And what else is missing? It will also include vocals, lead guitars, and some other layers. Yeah, obviously, it's maybe, if you're going for some very bright synths that will be there in place of maybe cymbals to give the whole song a bit more excitement. Maybe there's no need to push the cymbals forward too much, but in the state that it's in, I would say, yeah, maybe play around with it, because cymbals will give it depth as well, just by the nature of them being recorded in a certain room or space or whatever. So yeah, maybe think about that. I'm just gonna skip through a little bit. Cool. One thing, probably not related to this, but somehow related to this. So this is obviously an idea, a start of an idea, that this guy is going to obviously put some vocals on, some lead guitars, some other layers, maybe some sound effects, keyboards, whatever. But what I've discovered recently is I like to record ideas on my voice recorder on my phone, not putting anything into a DAW. So demoing stuff just with my voice, or just recording myself playing guitar on a video, or just like a voice recorder again. Because like once you put your ideas into a project and you start using certain tones that you're used to, and start using certain plugins you're used to, a certain, drum library or whatever, you're gonna get yourself stuck with those sounds. And you're automatically limiting yourself. Maybe you've had a beautiful melody idea, maybe you've had like a riff or something, but just keep it as simple as possible. Just keep it just like a dirty recording, voice recorder. I have like hundreds of voice records on my phone. Recently I was playing a couple of them to Yeki, kind of embarrassing, but I think it's very important not to limit yourself to the sounds you're used to use. Don't limit yourself to project templates. Don't limit yourself to that kind of stuff. If you're working on your music, I would say like just record an idea, just hum it into your phone and let it cook. Let it cook. Maybe keep a folder on your. I'm gonna show you my folder for the next record, for example. I'm not gonna play any of it, but you're gonna see the folder, ideas. So there's a bunch. See, there's stuff here. Oh, I'm not showing my screen. Here it is. There's the good place, piano, inspiration, idea, sentish, which is like something that sounds sentimental, clear, and it's all just me humming or me playing just like some simple guitar stuff with a very simple guitar tone or just like a voice recorder. And once I decide to develop the idea, I will at that moment figure out what's the best way to approach the idea. So if I was to demo all of this, and another thing is like if you do that in your project with the sounds you're used to and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna listen to it. It's gonna sound sick, obviously. It's gonna sound really cool right away, and it's gonna get harder and harder to finish it because you're gonna grow tired of it over time. I'm not getting tired of any of these ideas. Truth to be told, I'm getting more and more eager to start working on them because there's some really cool stuff here. I don't know if should I play any of it just to what's a good one to show off. I don't know, this is just a voice recorder, nothing fancy. You get it. But once I decide to work on this, I will open up the project and then I will start to uncover what will work for this, like what can I get out of this. And this keeps me exciting. This is like from 2020. See? December 24th, 2020. That's when I recorded this idea. It could have been on Below 4, but it obviously didn't end up there. But I am excited to open this up and start working on it. When you have, projects that you've almost kind of finished but didn't really finish, you can get bored of them, You're like, this is, I grew over this. Like, this is like 5 years ago or whatever. No, I'm itching to start working on all of these. And I have a lot more on my phone that I haven't put into a folder. So yeah, don't use templates, please. That templates are where ideas go to die very often, and I know I have many friends who have started stuff. They got very attached to the way they sound right away, and they just can't get over it, and they got over the whole thing, I guess. At the same time, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Don't do that to your ideas. Keep the seeds. Don't start to just like put whatever pesticides on it right away. Let it cook. Let it marinate, as someone said in the comments there. Yeah. Some ideas are from 2020. When you approach piecing together works for an album, how do you go about sorting through all the old projects and knowing which pieces will fit? there are no projects. There's actually a couple of recent ones that I was doing for the video game that we were working on that were too song-like, you know, for the video game. So I decided to keep them for myself. But I will definitely not use the projects that they're in right now. I'm just using them as I'm just keeping them because audio files are in there. So yeah, I'll just open an empty project and start building in an empty project. And yeah. I don't use templates for writing, but I like it for mixing. Yeah, they can be absolutely useful for mixing, especially if you're doing a certain type of sound, for sure. I can't keep myself focused on anything long enough to finish. Yeah. I can see that being a problem in today's age with all the distractions. But you just have to find a way not to get distracted. Or you have to find a way to find the time to dedicate it to one idea. Just one song. Just make it very, very personal, very important in your life. Oh, Marco is here. Hello, Marco. Marco is my... we are working on some stuff together right now. This right here is a distraction. Yeah, I guess it is. It's a distraction for me as well. Yeah, but yeah. Kind of want to make this a habit because it could be a cool habit. We could learn some stuff together. Why not? Should we check some more of your stuff? This was really cool. Some technical metal type stuff. Someone mentioned it reminds them of what was it? Protest the Hero? Oh, it's Dave. Dave is here. Hi, Dave. Do some of these clips make it into the final recording? Oh, you're talking about these ideas. Yeah. Oh my god, yes. Absolutely. I like, even if I just hide them in there somehow, just tuck them in. Yeah, these are the seeds, man. Yeah, they have to be a part of the song somehow. At least just put this, what was I playing? G-Force. Yeah. Just put this into a 100 reverbs and some distortion over it, and it will be a beautiful soundscape, if not the melody itself. Yeah. Something about those first initial ideas is very, very special to me. I like to keep them in the project, one way or the other. Ja obožaju tvoju muziku. That's Russian right there. Or it's maybe Ukrainian, I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you, man. The guy loves my music. That's what he's saying. Literally in the middle of trying to work out a transition. Are you going to be talking about that kind of stuff here now? The transition. The transition of what? Either is a transition. Maybe I'm not understanding the question. I'm sorry. From Ukraine. Okay, man. Thank you. Really adds the sense of realism. So sick. Yeah, true. I agree. Absolutely agree. It's cool to see you streaming. I love your music. Thank you, guys. If there's a way for me to like your comments without having to read them out loud, that would be sick. Just so we have more time to check some other stuff out. Okay. What's the videos? This is an old one as well, from June 2020. This is 5 years old, almost. All the workspace. Young David. Nice team, we'll see. Maybe we'll end up on the record. Cool. Spoilers. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Hi, can you critique the mix for the drums, bass, guitars on this short metal riff I wrote? Stems included. Stems as well. Oh my god, let's check. Drum mix, bass mix, guitar mix. Guitars, bass, drum mix all together. Let's download this and put it in Cubase. Download. Balance is way off on the stream, David. Hard to hear anything over your voice. Yeah, these are... It's gonna get louder. The stuff I was playing was quiet by default. It's just, yeah. But maybe I can find a way to turn stuff up. Let me check real quick. Maybe. Can't promise. OBS, system audio. The thing is, like, there's a double of my voice happening right now because I couldn't figure out audio engineer. Couldn't figure out how to send my voice mixed one way and then just computer audio the other way. Something's messy in my OBS in that sense, but for the next stream I will figure it out, I promise. I don't know. Today I had really no time to dive into all that stuff. I tried to do it like 15 minutes before the stream, but at the end I didn't want to touch anything because I thought I'll just mess things up. Okay, new projects, empty, open, and let's add some stems. Okay, face and screen. Cool. I'll make this louder so that all of us can hear what the hell is going on. Google Drive, downloads. Okay, so this is what our friend on Discord sent to us. Should we hear it? Yes, we should. Without this, I guess, because this is like the mix of all of them. Let's listen to the mix of all of them and then we'll listen to them all individually. Okay. This and this. Let me just put my headphones into another output. Okay. That's plenty loud, I guess. Can you actually hear this? You should be able to hear this. Yeah, system audio, there it is. Yeah, you can hear this. Cool. Almost sounds like you got tired there at the end. Okay, cool. Okay. What this is missing is a bass, for sure. But I like that chord. Something. It's like, it kind of reminds me of some old Mudvayne stuff, I guess. with the slap bass. Is it slap? Yeah, kinda. It's kinda slappy. I turned it down just so I can try and see what I can do to it to balance it out just a tiny bit. Okay, so let's do a quick, obviously. No, not this, I'm sorry. By the way, I still haven't finished my, plugin list from last week. I did it just a tiny bit more, but I still need to. Okay, that sounds much better already. We need a bus compressor, right? Let's just try to tighten this up just a tiny bit. SSL native, sure. This one is super clean. Nothing crazy going on here. Just a nice, clean bus compressor. Let's do a little bit of mid-side action, just a tiny bit. It's still a bit quiet. Let's just turn it up just for listening purposes, okay? Fab filter, please appear. Fab, no. L2. Why is it not showing my fab filters? Where my fab filters at, please? For some reason, the search is not showing it. Yeah, so what we see how the transients from the snare and the toms are poking out a little bit. We just try to tame them with a little bit of saturation, a bit of compression, and then without. It's just just a tiny bit, just to balance it out, just tuck it in all, and yeah. So yeah, what I'm thinking, that's like, we don't really need to listen to the tracks individually. That's like the main thing, and then we can push it just a tiny bit more if we want. See how the reverb from the drums is coming out just a tiny bit. We're like this. Not that much, and then See on the snare, there's just like a little bit of reverb or room coming out. Yeah, so it's just like a very simple and typical mix bus chain. But yeah, cool stuff. Riff, random as hell, but I kind of like it. As I said, it reminds me of Mudvayne in a really good way. Especially those. Sorry. Those. Just love it. That's nice. That's nice. Keep that. More of that, please. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Okay. Let's close this. Don't save. Delete. Cool. Cool. Any questions? Let me check. Saturation is king. Indeed. Is this your usually go-to tape saturation? Yeah, this tape, it's from IQ Multimedia. This tape saturation, I absolutely love it. I used slates in the past, but I discovered that slates, under certain settings, it's doing a little bit of a pre-ring, which makes things softer, but not in a good way, and you end up kind of fighting it. It has a potential to mess up the mix. I was struggling with it while I was working on Below 4 because my whole mix was going through the Slate tape machine and then through all the stuff, and then I was just tweaking my kick, tweaking my bass. There was some kind of issue there. I couldn't figure it out until I took off the Slate's tape machine and everything was fixed. And then I tested it, and under certain settings it gives you a pre-ring, especially in the lower transient stuff, and it can be an issue. And then I tried the Stutter tape machine from Universal Audio, and that worked great, and I used it on Below 4. Excuse me. But about a year or maybe a bit more ago, I tried the IQ Multimedia Stutter emulation, and I fell in love with it instantly. Love it. Will use it until it exists, for sure. It's awesome. It's great. So yeah, it's a must for me. Yeah. Studer. Indeed. Saturn is overpowered. Saturn is really cool. Yeah. Hi David. How to write music. Man. I don't know. I'll let you know when I find out. I have no idea how to write music. Let alone to explain to someone how to write it. Let's move on. Okay. David, if you need to mix a whole project with only 3 plugins, which will it be? Can I be cheeky and say Slate's mix rack? It contains like dozens of plugins. That would be it. Mix rack. The IQ Multimedia Studer, and I don't know, obviously some kind of a limiter or a clipper, and we're good. We are good. I know that's cheating, I'm sorry, but if I had to really choose, probably Pro Q, Saturn, and Pro Q, a Saturn, and some kind of limiter. L2. Let's keep it fab filter. let's stay in the let's stay in the fab filter. But yeah, I guess that would be. I think I could pull off a mix with those three. No compressor. Well, you have saturation you have saturation and compression in the Saturn too, so you're good. That's fine. Also, in Pro Q3, there's Pro Q4 now, but in Pro Q3 you can also use you can kind of use it as a compressor as well, because it has like a dynamic thing going on, so you could find a cheeky way of going around the compressor. So yeah, no needs for a compressor in that sense. And also, if we are using L2, we can use that in a way as well, to kind of use it like a compressor, but like not really, but still kind of, yeah. So yeah, those three definitely could pull off a mix with those three if I had to, for sure. What is this? Let's see. Hi David, hi everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Here are two short orchestral cinematic projects I recently composed for a friend who is in the game master for a D&D game. Who is the game master for Dungeons and Dragons? Nice. Just so you know, I started composing orchestral stuff about a year ago. This sound might be quite low since I'm still learning mastering things. Let's see if we all can hear it. If not, I can download it and then we can turn up the sound. But let's hear the orchestra. Oh, sorry, I can't hear this. So like this. Okay. Nice. Very nice use of textures on the left, the string textures here. Here. But don't be afraid to integrate more room sounds to all this, because it loses on epicness just a tiny bit, because you were maybe just a little bit shy with the use of reverbs or the use of room mics. I don't know which library you're using, but there's definitely a way to because like this type of epicness just screams more room, just like give it more space. Beautiful arrangement. And a really nice use of all the textures. And yeah, really cool. I like this. Just could be a little bit more aggressive, especially the double bass could be just a tiny bit more like brighter. Just trying to. This is now going into the whole mixing thing. Obviously, you're a composer, so if you were to send this to a professional mixer, with the use of a little bit of saturation or just like EQing, could just get the string out of the double bass up just a tiny bit on that right side, and then that with a little bit more of room or use of reverb could just give it a bit more weight. And but it's awesome. Like arrangement wise, sounds very professional. Yeah, the use of, it's like a coleño technique on violins. That's beautiful. Nice. Cool. There's more. Nice. Same comments. Exactly the same comments for the second one as well. Just needs more weight. That's all. A couple of weeks ago, so because we are working on this video game score and all that, so I was kind of doing a little bit of research, and one night I got stuck just listening to the entire Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Howard Shore did that one, but god damn it, I forgot how amazing that is. I've been just like I haven't listened to it since my high school days, and some nights ago I got stuck, like I got stunned on the couch in the living room, just like listening to Howard Shore, to the whole Lord of the Rings score, and it's an experience, man. It's insane. And that's why I'm saying the use of room, like the way that room sounds in that score is absolutely insane. Like I couldn't believe how insane that sounded. It sounded unlike, so today's video game production music and the movie scores and all that kind of stuff, it's all got kind of I don't know what's the word. I don't want to offend anyone, but it's like, and if everything sounds kind of the same, you know, there's epic reverbs, there's epic stuff, but like you can make something aggressive and epic and insane today with the use of libraries and all that kind of stuff, but something that happens organically at the set of the recording of that score at that moment, to me, sounded unlike anything that you can hear today. Like literally nothing sounds like it. It's beautiful. It's insane. The energy that comes out of those tracks is absolutely insane. I can't even describe it. You just have to put the best headphones you have on and just dive in, and it's insane. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Fluve. Beautiful stuff, beautiful compositions. You got this. The next step will be to implement more mixing mindsets. Think about the sounds you're making. It's beautiful. You understand the instruments. You understand the use of instruments. Absolutely. Harmony, melody, all of it is in place. I guess just try and think about like what's missing in that double bass. There's a certain aggression that's missing. Can you achieve that with a little bit of saturation? Can you achieve that with a little bit of EQing of the higher frequencies, so you can pull out the string from that double bass move? Yeah, you got this. It's really cool. Really cool stuff. I enjoyed it. Thank you for submitting this. This was refreshing. Absolutely refreshing. Hey, Louis here. Hi, Louis. I had a question for you. Did I have a question for you? I think I had one. I'll remember it. Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe you know. You probably know. If I were to play the stuff you guys posted, Frost, for example, which is cool. I haven't heard it in a while. This is probably some new stuff. Sorry, because what I listened to was some of their older stuff. The album I listened from them the most was the one with like the phone booth cover thingy. I don't know what it's called, but I loved that record. It was such an awesome record. I haven't checked the new stuff. I need to check out the new stuff. Million Town. Yeah, I think that's the one. I mean, it's like a red phone booth and something. I just remember the red phone booth. That's all. Really cool band. At this point, they're like a classic band in a way. Just like pretty cool. 10 out of 10. Okay. I need to check this out. Let me see. I saw Marco was writing some stuff. Reverb is another thing we should factor in for our overall production for the Project Gemini. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure Yej and I are using the same reverb. Anna as well, if she's using the same templates, but yeah, I don't know if we are implementing anything extra on top of that makes things a bit more different. But yeah, I'm using the same ones, at least for the percussions, but we can discuss this in our own time. Fluve, I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, but yeah, thanks again for submitting that. No problem, of course. So yeah, Louis, if I were to play Frost, for example, or any of the potentially copyrighted stuff on the stream, what would be the rules? Do you know anything about it? Like, can we play like 10 seconds and then stop and then comment and then play another 10 seconds and then stop and then comment and just like dive in a little bit into what we are listening to? Or should we just avoid it completely, just in case there's like content ID and stuff implemented? Because I would love to play. Some people posted a bunch of stuff. There's obviously some fun stuff here, but yeah, I don't know how risky, you know. ChatGPT was like, just avoid anything that says Sony anywhere. I was like, okay, yeah, makes sense. Sony or like Warner Bros. Or whatever. The likelihood in the live stream is I don't care about demonetization. I'm not gonna make any money off this. This is just for us, you know, to have fun. So I guess we can play a little bit of stuff just to see the vibe. I want to see what people are vibing with. If the stream is taken down, blocked after you stop, or the stream is taken down. Okay. Hopefully it won't be taken down. I don't know. Should we? Are we safer transferring the live stream to Twitch from the next week going on? Regarding this stuff, at least, like if you wanna react and comment on some stuff that might be copyrighted. Okay, let's try with Frost. If Frost deletes my YouTube channel, I'm gonna hate them for the rest of my life. Let's go. Okay. We're going in, boys. Let's see. Let's see if we survive this. Did it open anywhere? Somewhere? What is going on? Can you just play it from... Jesus Christ. No. No, please. No. If I just copy the link into the browser, because for some reason... Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So this is Frost. I don't know how many people are familiar with this band. I'm having fun already. Okay. So what you're hearing right now is typical Frost type of harmony slash instrumentation, the synth and the stuff. Oh my god, this is kind of nostalgic, to be honest. Is this better now? I lowered the volume down a little bit. Yeah, I was I was enjoying that a bit too much, I guess. I'm sorry. God damn it. So it's interesting how some of these sounds are cheesy. You know, it's like those keyboards, very old school. Maybe old school is the word. Maybe cheesy is not the word because it can be offensive, I guess. But this is like what I don't know what to say. It's like arrangement wise, harmony wise, it's kind of like Toto on steroids, but then you get all the like progressive metal type stuff, but then all like you get more keyboard focused stuff. It's so sick. It's a shame more people are not listening to this. God damn it. And I had no idea they released new stuff. Why? Come on. God damn it. And the vocals are sick. Like, if this part is not Toto inspired, god damn it. I don't know what it is. Like that harmony change. Beautiful. Of course. Of course. God damn it. Is this 5G? Are they? Okay. Oh no! The satellites! The bass popping off, okay. Sick. Okay, I need to check out the the full record. Do they have that record uploaded? I just wanna do a quick. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. 7 years ago. That's the phone booth. The picture I had in mind was completely different, but yeah, that's the phone booth. So in my head, the phone booth was somewhere on the left side, and on the right side was some kind of street. But no, this is a forest with a phone booth, and yeah. So cool. Yeah, check out Frost, I guess. Such a sick band. Such a criminally underrated band. Yeah, damn it. Please check out the band. They're probably like middle-aged old dudes now at this point, because I remember listening to them when I was at Berkeley, I want to say, or maybe a tiny bit after Berkeley, which was like 15 years ago. But yeah, still cool stuff, really cool stuff. That song got me excited for the record, so please send me, Louis, send me the links. And you mentioned there's like a making of documentary or something. Yeah, sick. I don't want to get flagged. Please don't flag me. YouTube. We're just enjoying music. That's all. What is this? Actually, I found a YouTube link for it. This looks like some technical death metal stuff. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let's see. Let's find out. Ooh, sponsors. More sponsors. Dual rectifier. Very dangerous looking guitar. Very dangerous looking pedal. That's a sick looking guitar actually. What? Okay. I don't appreciate when I hear a cymbal and I see a hi-hat being played. Throws me off very hard. Other than that, one second. Am I the audience for this? Maybe 15 years ago. Not anymore. But this is all it has to be. To be honest, this is all it is. Perfect. What can I say? That's a healthy amount of hair on that guy. I know this is completely off topic, but god damn it. That hair. Super tight. I'm not gonna listen to this anymore. I'm gonna check it out in my own time. Not everyone's cup of tea, but for people who enjoy this type of music, I mean, this is it. It's pretty cool. I feel like the whole mix could be a tiny bit more tighter, but maybe that's not what you're going for. But god damn it, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Definitely some good stuff. Do I want to check this? I really want to check this. But do I want to check it now? Let's check it now. Fuck it. Some AI core? Okay. Cool. What else? What else should we check? What's the time? Oh, it's 8:20. Let's dive into some other stuff. Okay, let's dive into some other stuff. We can get back to some of these at some point. Maybe next Sunday. I'm gonna make sure that some of these are content ID free or something like that, but until then, yeah, I mean, you guys just keep throwing stuff in here and then we'll just check them out in future streams. What I wanted to check out today also was the project from the last week that I did for the University of Music in Belgrade. We recorded some live drums for it, and I changed the approach to how I mix drums after, I don't know what, 14 years, maybe even longer. It's still more or less the same. It's just like the final 2 steps I'm doing differently now. At least I can say I'm doing differently, but I'm like experimenting with it, you know. So what I used to do in the past. Okay, so let's listen to some drums real quick. So these are the drums we recorded at the faculty. We just put the mics on, press record. It was a complete chaos, so didn't really have much time to experiment with anything. But this is what we got, and this is it for now. Okay. Context. Chill. Bass is going off, of course. Let's just focus on bass and drums for now, and rhythm guitars, because everything else is just recorded and we just let it go. But yeah, this is just like a quick initial mix or whatever. I need to really sit down and work on this, but Can you get me Cubase? Yes, hopefully. Let me see. That would be system audio. No. I can turn myself down a little bit. And hopefully that will help. And you can just turn me up on your end. Oh yeah, okay. So people are asking about bass. Let's run through bass a little bit. So I did set up a quick shootout here the other day for the bass of a bunch of different overdrives, because guys from Mixwave, Dave is here. There we go. Dave works for Mixwave. They sent me a bunch of their stuff, so I was like, okay, I might as well test it out. So I put here a bunch of drives. So 1981 I just shared on my Instagram story the other day. This is the GHS one. This one is sick on bass. Probably gonna end up using this one in the future a lot more. And I'll go through each one of them. Centurion, so it's a clone. And Simon Grow suggested to me to try a clone on a bass, a distorted bass, some time ago. And I did, and it works great. It works really cool. A Benson preamp, this one is a bit more on a dirty side, but as soon as I took off more low end from it, it started working a bit better with the rest of it. This is you know, a lot of distortion, can't be tamed, but yeah, that one is really cool. This is like a Tube Screamer type overdrive, obviously. 1981 is like a kind of like a refined Rat distortion. So it sits somewhere between Rat and Centurion in a weird way, but it's pretty cool. I really like it. But let's listen to each one of them. And obviously, as like for a reference, I put down a Darkglass as well, because everyone's familiar with that one. So let's listen to just bass. Let's make a quick loop. So this is our 1981. This is without. And then with drums. That sounds cool. And then this one, what is this? Morning Glory. Beautiful. This one sounds really cool. That low end growl on this one. So the 1981 doesn't have that growl. It's dirty, but it doesn't purr. This one purrs like a cat. Just gives you a bit more string, like a clean string definition, which is pretty cool. And I love that. This is just such a nice tone. Okay, let's drive it a bit more. That zzz. It's really nice, such a nice character. Really nice character. This one, I can see myself using this one a lot more in the future on bass. So I don't know if they sell this one separately, but God damn it, it's good. Clone. Also really cool. Okay. A bit more gainy. See, kind of similar to 1981, where it's dirty, but it doesn't give you the string purr thing that this one does. See that? Ah, so cool. The Benson preamp. Almost kind of sits in between the Centurion and 1981 and the one that I like, the Morning Glory. That's nice. This one is just ridiculous. This one is done as like a high gain distortion type thing, I guess. And like no amount of but maybe this closely matches the others. But like that's almost all the way down. That's also really nice. Let's hear it with drums. Cool. That was a green screamer. You hear this one just falling apart just a tiny bit more than I would love it to. And if I turn it down, it doesn't give me that much drive. Darkless. Cool, but after the Morning Glory, kind of underwhelming in my opinion. I don't know why. The Morning Glory just does something for me, especially with that low end. It's really nice. Let's drive it a bit more. Really cool. Really like that. Let's try it from here. Let's go crazy. Let's try and put the Fender amplifier on this. Do I have it installed? Do I have it? Tweet. There we go. Let's see if we can make the Fender work with us. Okay, chill. Cool. Let's cut it to around 5K, 6K. Okay. Turn off the cab. Yes. That's pretty cool. That's a lot more mid-focused than any other ones. But let's see. Let's compare. That and the Morning Glory. This is a lot more scoop. Let's see how it works with the drums. Super loud. Okay. Let's tame the mids just a tiny bit. So let me figure out this equalizer. High mid frequencies, high, low mid. Okay, let's find it. Okay, that's much better. See? Tweed, Fender Tweed, 1955 for your metal bass tone. Why not? Oh, my Cubase is dying right now because I'm streaming and everything. Do I even have ACO on? No, not even that. Okay. That's cool. Fender works. I don't know, something about this Morning Glory pedal just works really nice on bass. I didn't expect this. But yeah, drums. Okay, let's talk about drums just for a tiny bit. So, what I used to do in the past, well, for the past 14, 15 years maybe, is I would have all of the, so kick, snare, and toms go to, how do I describe this? So I would have a parallel compression set up in a way you would set up a parallel compression, but with the attack all the way down. So super quick attack, super quick release, not letting a lot of transients go through the parallel compression. And then I would have a parallel transient which would only give me the transients. And then I would play with the balance of those two. If I need more sustain from the drums, I have the parallel compression. If I need more punch and more attack, I have the parallel transient setup. And that was my way of approaching drums forever. Like forever. Ever since I started mixing, I did it by not looking at any tutorial. It was just like, okay, I need sustain from the drums, I need attack from the drums. The only logical way to do it is to have it set up in such a way so I can have the control of both. And that's how I've been approaching mixing drums in forever. Like forever. And what I'm experimenting with right now is having everything on my drum bus go into a compressor. It can be any type of compressor. I'm just using this one because it's super flexible, but it's like sets to like 20:1 ratio, so it's almost like a limiter. And I'm using this 3 option on it because it's just gives you, just smooths out the whole thing a tiny bit more. I don't have to use any saturation plugin after it when I do this. It just does everything, and I just do it at 50%. And this is essentially my parallel compression, like a very standard parallel compression. But I'm still keeping my parallel transient, which when you play drums through it, it sounds almost like you have a trigger going on. So this is all that's coming out from the parallel transient channel. It's literally sounds like some shitty trigger, you know? But now I'm running that into the drum bus as well, going through that parallel compressor on the drum bus, and it's giving me a really cool result. I don't know, it's just I no longer have that control of sustain of the drums versus the attack of the drums, and then just like doing that, working with that balance. But it just gave me an instant good result, so I was like, oh, might as well try this out, at least on this project. So I'll see if I'll keep this method in the future. But yeah, it's definitely worth experimenting. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. So here's just drums. So if I take off the parallel transients, so there's a lot of room coming out. There's a lot of, you know, all the sustainy parts of the drums coming out. But as soon as I introduce the parallel transient, we get the punch. And then we can also control by turning up the parallel transient. We get more or less of that. So if this song was like any faster, maybe turning up the parallel transients would be the answer. If it was something like super quick, like tuka, having that parallel transient work hard would really mean a lot to the drums. But yeah, it's cool. I also started using the tube culture on all of my kick, snare, and toms channels, because apart from acting like obviously a distortion, it also has a really good gate on it. Without, and then with. A really nice gate. And then obviously dick mic. For those who don't know what a dick mic is, it's a mic that's about 3 feet away from the drummer, somewhere around the kick drum, so like a little bit to the right of the kick drum, and it's pointing directly to the sausage of the drummer, and it does this. Just gives you a bit more meat. And you obviously just distort the hell out of it. And if you listen to it, I'm probably gonna exaggerate it just so you hear the effect, but it just like tightens everything together, like just grabs everything together when you turn it up. So without just everything becomes just a tiny bit more aggressive, and the Yaki describes it as like the drums just all of a sudden do this. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. That's kind of accurate, I guess. But it's cool, like just keeping it just enough so it has the effect, but not introduce any of the problems to the mix, I guess. Yeah, easy, super easy. Very simple mix. I have mostly just like the culture vulture thingy, or is like what is called beast culture, but it's based on the culture vulture machine. All of these are clear. Dickmite has one as well, so these are all treated with that, and then super simple processing on everything else. This is just, a painting, beautiful art. I was trying the parallel compressor directly from parallel transients directly from the channels, but decided to do it the old way. A snare as well, turn it off. Let's see the EQ on the snare. That's all that's going on the snare, EQ wise. And we used, for the snare, we used the, what was it? Player Dynamic 201. I think I tried to remember it the last time we spoke here. Let me try and find it. Where is my browser? Jesus Christ, so many windows. No, nothing. Oh, it's here. Okay. It's not here. What is going on? Okay, new window. Thank you. Player Dynamic 201, I think it was something 201. Yeah, M201. A really nice microphone on the snare. This one. So sick. So cool. That's the one. And literally nothing. What is it? One EQ. This, and there's probably something here. Yeah, just a little like high shelf type thing. But that's all EQ wise on the snare. There's not much, just a little bit of this, clearing up the ringing, obviously, and just a tiny bit of stick attack, I guess, from here. But that's all. That's all the EQ we needed for this snare. Could probably EQ it a bit more, just to make it a bit more something, but it's so well recorded, really didn't need much. yeah, super simple mix. But yeah, I thought maybe that could be interesting to some of you to hear the new approach to my parallel transient and parallel compression that I'm trying out. It's something I didn't do a lot in the past, or ever, to be honest. But yeah, let me see if there were any questions. Where's my chat? Mein chat. Cool hat. Yeah, I got a couple of compliments today about the hat. It's a nice one. Commodore. I love it. Fits on my head. That's good. It's good when the head fits. Do you use any channel strip plugins? Kinda, in a way. So for the recording of the drums, just like recording the drums, since we recorded them with the Focusrite Claret and the Scarlett paired, it's obviously like a super clean preamp, no character whatsoever, just clean, flat, not much to it. So what I did is, in the input channels, I put a bunch of stuff. Let me see if they're still there on the inputs. Yes, they are. So on the kick in we have, what is this? API, like a channel thingy, like a channel. This is pretty much like a channel emulation with the drive up a little bit and a little bit of EQ, and then, oh, you can see, I'm sorry, yeah, of course, idiot. Yeah, so this is the way I had my inputs set up. I just ran everything through the plugins. Easy as that, because obviously, as I said, preamps on these audio interfaces are super clean, and yeah, just want to, give them a little bit more character. And why not use plugins? Like, they're absolutely perfect, more than enough. So yeah, API on kick, stack, I don't know if I used, something, API as well. The snare, Neve, like a Neve preamp and a little bit of EQ. Bottom snare is this. This is like a germanium type thing preamp. It's like another germanium. I think it's germanium based, this preamp, but it's based on the Siemens preamp, I want to say, like super old ones. So that's the bottom snare. Toms, something clean probably. Or it's just like just a bit of EQ. Hi-hat, this as well. Overheads, this as well, yeah. Rooms, same story. Dick mic, let's see, Dick mic, same, yeah. So pretty much like just like a little bit of saturation on everything, which is why, as you can see, like this, if this was recorded only through a clean preamp, which is like a Claret/Scarlett, these peaks would be all over the place. They would be just like going super high, but these just just tames them a lot more. And this is pretty much what a recording through a analog would look like. All the peaks are very articulate, but yeah. I like that approach. Just commit to it, One thing I noticed is I really avoid using the Neve preamp on the kicks because it does something very strange with the phase or with the amplitudes. The initial amplitude of the signal for some reason, and I avoid it just to avoid some phasing issues, or I don't know, it just gives me, doesn't look healthy. This one looks much better. This is API. This looks much better. So yeah, I don't know. If you have any concrete questions about the setup, I'll be happy to answer, but that's what comes to mind. Another maybe interesting fact is that I like to pan my hi-hat and my, in this instance, the stack microphone hard left and right, and use them almost like a second pair of overheads or like a very close room mics, which gives me a bit wider picture. For this song in particular, it's very useful. It's slow, it has a lot of time to breathe, like breathe in, breathe out. So it makes sense to like have a huge stereo picture for this type of stuff. But if it was like, again, if it was like a faster song or something a lot more technical, I would probably not go for it for this type of stuff. But you can maybe hear like the cymbal is all the way to the left, and it just gives you just a tiny bit more of a stereo picture. Combined with overheads, just the overheads, and then width, just the overheads, just widens a little bit, and also unlike overheads, it's very mid-focused, so it gives you a bit more body from the cymbals, apart from just putting them more into your stereo picture. That kind of stuff. I don't know. It's fun. Again, for this particular project, this song works really cool, but for anything more technical than that's maybe a bit too wide, or, you know. But this one just has enough space to breathe and all that. Yeah, 22-inch kick. I'm not sure. I think Yeki was experimenting with that with the kick. I think it's 20 inches. I want to say 20 inches. I can confirm and then let you know, but I think it's 20 inches, and he's been experimenting lately with higher pitch kicks, just like tuning the kicks just a bit higher than he used to tune them, but that gave him a deeper sound somehow. But yeah, if you're interested, I can ask him for the exact size of the kick. It was such a chaotic day. I was not even looking into whatever the hell was going on. The room mics, I was just like, can we put them in the back? No, we can't. There was a piano in the back, so I was like, just put them in front of the drums and make them face the floor. And there was like, I think some kind of Neumann pencil mics. So I just like put them down maybe knee high and just face them down. Just face them looking at the floor. We're done. We're not even gonna test it. Just do that and we're good, I guess. And it was good. So yeah, that worked. And I remember someone from the faculty asked like, what is your process in deciding to put the mics like this? And we were like, there was no process. It was just a decision. There was no time to do any processing. It was just like, there was enough time to make a decision, and we made it. And that's where the mics are, just like facing the floor. And now we're recording drums. That's all. So yeah, it's been a very messy recording day. But it works. Like, I mean, you know, with close miking, you can't make a crazy mistake. Like, if you know just like some super basic stuff, don't do this, do this, done. Overheads, if you're in a room that's very lively, you can run into an issue where the overheads might be overwhelmed by the sound of the room, and you would have issues. You would fight the room sound in the overheads the whole time, which is what happened to me a few years ago with one of the recordings for the Organized Chaos. So you would have to choose a different pair of microphones, or maybe move them closer to the cymbals or the drum sets in general. Just put them a bit lower. But then that can introduce some nasty frequencies from the cymbals if they're too close. It can get crazy. So if you can test, especially overheads, like if you can test overheads, test them. Super important to test overheads. Rooms, you can just make a logical decision and be happy with it. But yeah, close miking, easy. And then just like some super simple processing. If everything is recorded well, it's easy. Shouldn't be that much of an issue. When it is not a messy recording day, sometimes you have to make informed decisions on the spot. Yeah, you record and then you listen and you're like, oh yeah, this works, or this we can do better, you know. Maybe if we had the time, I would probably move the microphones just a bit further from the drum set, still facing the floor, which is pretty cool. That way, so having the microphones facing the floor, somewhere between the knee and your stomach, that's like the height where you want them to be. Facing the floor, stereo spread, works really well in just like not capturing a lot of the cymbals and capturing a lot of the meat of the drums, the wood and stuff. And when you compress them, it gives you a really nice. Let's remove all the processing from the rooms just so you can hear. Such a healthy amount of cymbals, but a lot of snare, a lot of toms, and obviously a kick. It's really nice. And then I just try to get as much of the snare out of it as possible. But yeah. David, question, does Prokofiev slap? Sure. He slaps. What kind of question? Jesus. Facing the floor is a great tip. It's pretty cool. I picked it up somewhere. I definitely did not come up. I think I picked it up on I want to say Steve Albini, but I'm not exactly sure. I kind of want to say I picked it up from Albini, but I can't say 100% honestly. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't be checking that right now. I'm sorry. Did you edit the drums? No, didn't touch them whatsoever. And I have to record new bass and new guitars for it because I'm for this stuff. So this is like a super feel type of song. It's not super technical, so it doesn't have to be exact. If you see the hits, he doesn't even start on exactly on the grid. His next hit is a little late. Let's see the next big hit. It's a little, in front. So he's rushing with this one a little bit. And then again, a little late. So this is like I would not even pay attention to the grid here. I will just re-record all the bass and all the guitars on Yeki's performance and try to match his performance in terms of groove and the vibe as much as I can. For something more technical than this, it makes sense to go in and maybe move things around a little bit. But for this type of stuff, like super toot, cat, toot, cat, toot, it's just a feel thing. So just recording over him and then maybe editing my bass and my guitars to fit his groove would make more sense than editing the drums and then making everything super perfect. It would lose a lot of character. Yeah. Unrelated, but what model is your bass? I have no idea. I'm the worst type of artist to endorse because of those things, but if you can recognize this, yeah. It's headless and it's single cut, and that's all the cue I can give you. All the clues I can give you, sorry. And it's P bass type of thing with a humbucker thingy. So yeah, sick. I know, I'm useless. I'm sorry. Greetings from Germany. Your probably wishes you. Thank you so much. And I think I'm gonna wrap it up in the next few minutes. So let me know if you have any very important questions. While I'm here, I can answer it, and then I'm gonna go and help Yelka put Arsen to sleep. That's the plan. How to join Discord? Link. Let me see. This is gonna be funny because I have no idea. This, and then maybe what is it? I have to. Is there some kind of settings? Louis, help. You know this stuff. It's not my birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday. Yeah. Tomorrow. I forgot about it. Let's see if Yelka makes me some sandwiches tomorrow. I'm hoping for the best. Because that's like our little ritual. She makes me sandwiches for my birthday every year. But she's 8 months pregnant now, so I'm not putting any pressure on her. So, I know she's watching this in the other room probably, so yeah, sandwiches, maybe, please. Thank you. Thank you. There's the invite link. I'll post it as well. Boom, boom, boom. There, join, guys. Join, and there's like a little voice channel, not voice channel, text channel called stream content. So post stuff there, and then we'll slowly get through all the stuff in the weeks to follow. I'm gonna try and make the Sunday 7 p.m. Central European time our time, you know. And someone asked me, so I posted like it's gonna be Central European time, Central European Summer Time, CEST, and someone asked me on Instagram like, oh, is there summer in Siberia? And I was like, oh, here we go. Siberia. I'm not from Siberia, guys. I'm from Serbia. We have summer here, an actual summer. Yeah, Siberia. You look at the Asia, it's like a big region, like enormous region. A huge part of Russia and Asia. And then Serbia, a very small country in the Central Europe, Central South Europe. So yeah, it's like not the same. Not the same. But yeah, Central European summer time, 7 p.m. Sundays. That's gonna be our time, unless something comes up and I can't do it. But yeah, why not? It would be a cool hang. Just we can do a bunch of stuff. Maybe we can record some guitars or some music next week or something. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hell yeah. Small country used to be bigger, yeah. It used to be called differently, completely different. So yeah. Can we do drum programming next week? Yeah, why not? We can do drum programming. We can, now that I think about it, we can let's do drum programming. Why not? We can go through some basics and then dive into some more advanced stuff. Why not? So what I'm thinking is maybe we can do like 1 hour of reacting to the stuff you guys are posting, and then 1 hour of whatever topic we choose for that day. So let's say for next week, first hour, I go through all your shit and give you feedback, comments. We listen to your stuff, listen to what you like, comment, react to it, and then the second hour we do some topic, you know. Is it drum programming? Is it like recording guitars, recording bass, or maybe just like guitar practice session? Just doing some practice on guitar together. Why not? Could be cool. But yeah, just gonna try and stick it to like 2 hours, make it super useful to all of us, and we're good. Be good. But yeah, join Discord if you haven't already. It's a cool little hangout place for us nerds there. I wish we can organize maybe. At some point during COVID, we were organizing some gaming there. We did Among Us. That was fun. We did golf with your friends. Stuff like that. But ever since the COVID days are behind us, the whole crew kind of scattered a little bit. So we're not active on Discord as much as we used to be. But maybe we can figure out some you know, we can figure out some stuff. Yeah, we played some games on Discord. It was fun. It was cool. Vote could be cool. We can vote on. I can come up with like 3 topics, and then you guys can vote on it. Unless for whatever reason I really prefer to talk about a certain topic. But yeah, we can definitely do a quick vote on stuff. Why not? On Discord. Let's keep it Discord for now, and then yeah, maybe I can put like voting on Instagram as well. Well, yeah. Discord has a poll feature now. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so drum programming will be one of the suggested topics for the next week. Drum programming and yeah, first hour of reacting to your guys' stuff. And it's well past 9, and Arsen is going to sleep soon, and I don't want to miss that, so I'm gonna leave you at that. I'll leave this stream up. Maybe if I manage to, capture a little bit of free time, I'll probably trim it down a tiny bit to the most useful sections of the stream, which is what I did with the last one. But yeah, that's it. I've always been wondering about the original lyrics of Cry, since Vladimir said he did some tweaking on most of it. I don't know, actually, but yeah, he was at my place when I was writing the second verse, and yeah, we tweaked a little bit of it, but not too much. Mainly the bridge part. But for the most part, they were the same. The only thing I added when he came to record was the second verse. Yeah, that's it. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining the stream. I don't stream on Twitch. I don't plan to. Not at this point. We'll see if the streaming becomes something I enjoy doing on a weekly basis and something I can't live without. I'll maybe do like a double stream. Why not? Just put stream on Twitch out there for people who prefer it, but YouTube will be my streaming platform of choice for now. But yeah, have fun, guys. Have a fun next week, and I'll see you next Sunday for sure. See you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.